Belief versus truth. Stop debating what cannot be proven. Let's make something clear from the beginning. I do not have a problem with the character known as Yeshua. I have a problem with what was built around him. Because somewhere along the way, truth was replaced with belief. And once belief enters, debate never ends. You cannot debate belief. You cannot measure belief. You cannot prove belief. Because belief does not require evidence. And that is exactly why it becomes a trap. People will argue for hours, days, lifetimes over something that cannot be tested, while ignoring what is right in front of them. Reality, history, cause, and effect. Because I don't need belief to recognize truth. If I jump, I fall. If I stop breathing, I die. If I act out of alignment, there are consequences. No scripture required. No interpretation needed. Nature does not debate. So now let's talk about this idea of someone dying for you. Because we've seen that in our own timeline. Let's bring it out of belief and into history. Fred Hampton, 21 years old, not a murderer, not a drug dealer, sleeping and killed in his bed. That is not a story. That is not a belief. That happened on this soil. Malcolm X spoke truth, organized minds, challenged systems, and was silenced. Not belief, history. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream, spoke peace, moved people, and was removed. Again, not belief, reality. So don't come to me talking about someone dying for me while ignoring the ones who actually did. In the timeline we can verify. And here's where it gets deeper. You say sin. I say misalignment. Because nature does not operate on moral opinions. Nature operates on law. You are either in alignment or you are not. And when you are not, there are consequences. Not because something is judging you, but because cause and effect is always active. This is not written in a book. This is written into existence itself. So why would I spend my time debating belief when I can observe law? Why would I argue over stories when I can study patterns? Why would I defend a narrative when I can examine reality? That is wasted energy. Because belief divides people, but truth stands on its own. Truth does not need defending. Truth does not need followers. Truth does not need repetition to survive. It simply is. And once you align with that, you stop arguing and you start observing. You stop believing and you start knowing. And when you reach that point, no one can control you with stories ever again. Because you are no longer searching for truth. You are standing in it. Ashe.